everybody, it's Canada Day here for us, which means a relaxing long weekend spent with Sophie. I decided on making some big plans for us, which included Sophie's very first ride on a train. You may be wondering where we're going on our train ride, and we're actually taking a trip out to Toronto. For those of you that don't know, Toronto is our province's capital, and it's a massive city filled with lots of people, lots of dogs, and lots of noises that Sophie isn't fully used to experiencing yet. We had a very exciting and busy day, and I want to show you guys all that we did, including Sophie conquering one of her biggest fears. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Let's go. After waking up, having some breakfast, and trying to get Sophie to wear her Canada Day headband, which I don't think she likes too much, it was time to head out and catch the train. I don't think Sophie knew exactly what I was asking when I asked her if she wanted to go on a train ride, but Sophie loves to do anything that I love to do, and I think she understood the word ride because she loves car rides and bike rides. So she was a happy puppy regardless.
Sophie, are we at the train station? Are we at the train station, baby?
When we got to the train station, I didn't fully know if she was allowed to go on the train with just a leash, so I had a backpack for her to ride in just in case.
Sophie's at a train.
On the way into Toronto, Sophie was somewhat relaxed, but a bit on high alert, especially every time the train switched tracks or if it would rumble. I did bring lots of treats in order to train her with feeling more comfortable in a new environment. After a couple of hours, we arrived at Union Station in downtown Toronto, and Sophie was so intrigued by all the sights and smells and sounds, and I couldn't believe how well she was handling the change in environment. We did a little walking, and unfortunately it started raining a little bit, but not enough to slow us down, and Sophie wasn't even bothered by it. She was just so excited to be exploring and going for a walk somewhere different. When planning this trip, I really wanted to take Sophie to the famous Toronto sign in front of City Hall. It's an iconic place where a lot of people come to pose in front of it, and of course, I had to get tons of pictures of Sophie hanging out in front of it as well.
Sophie!
After hanging out in downtown for a little while, we decided that it was time to get some lunch, and it turns out that a mall nearby actually allows dogs inside, which I couldn't believe. We live in a pretty pet-friendly city, but I was very surprised with how many places you can take a dog to in Toronto. We walked around for a little bit in the mall, and Sophie got to ride the escalators for the first time, which she didn't seem to mind because I carried her the whole time. We got some sushi and ate outside. I don't know if you can tell, but Sophie loves sitting on my lap whenever I'm eating, even though she knows she's not going to get any of my food, but I guess she's still hopeful. I gave her another water break, and then she spotted some pigeons, which are much bigger than the birds she's used to seeing when we go for walks in our neighborhood, so she got very excited.
Oh, Sophie, you got some ice cream.
Of course, you can't truly enjoy summer without some ice cream, and I actually have a goal right now to try and teach Sophie the word ice cream by the end of the summer. I do like to eat ice cream a lot, so I'm thinking she's gonna learn the word, but I'll let you guys know how it goes. After doing a couple of stops in downtown and just enjoying the beautiful weather, we decided on heading back to the train station. We actually spotted the CN Tower in the distance, but I think Sophie was more fascinated by the smells coming up from the subway. At the beginning of this video, I actually mentioned Sophie conquering one of her fears. Let me show you guys what happened. There's a lot of ventilation grates downtown, and of course, if you're a puppy, they're not the best thing to be walking on. Sophie prefers to walk on sidewalks. Sophie has only encountered these grates a couple of times down by the lake, and she's not a fan of them. She'll either refuse to go over them or go completely around them, but today they were literally everywhere. So Sophie, out of nowhere, just decided that she was brave enough to walk on them.
Good girl.
She even went over one that had really large gaps. She was very scared, but she was very brave. I was so excited for her, and everyone around us started clapping for her when she made it across. She was so proud of herself. It was so cute. On the way back home, I asked to see if Sophie could go on the train with just her leash on instead of being in her backpack, and it was totally okay. I loved watching Sophie jump onto the train, climb up the stairs, and find a seat. She looked like such a little experienced traveler. It was so cute. And when we actually sat down, you could tell that she was so tired. Normally she would have taken, I don't even know how many naps throughout the day. So to have spent the whole day walking and exploring, she was gonna be completely tuckered out. So she literally spent the whole trip back just sleeping on my lap or on the floor. To end off our Canada Day celebrations, we of course had to have hot dogs because it's not a Canada Day unless you eat hot dogs at some point. We watched the fireworks from a safe distance and finished off our night snuggled up on the couch. I absolutely love taking this puppy everywhere with me, especially when we get to explore new places and Sophie gets to try new things, and she even conquers some fears, which is always amazing. We really hope you enjoyed our video and let me know what was your favorite part of today's adventure. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe so you can see more. Thanks so much for watching and we'll see you again next time. Bye guys.